Mario Mariniello. In your latest publication on European antitrust practices, you identify a dilemma. What exactly are you referring to?
Well, take Google, for example. The European Commission has opened an investigation and after a while entered in some discussions with Google to agree on a set of remedies that would dispel the Commission's concerns. Now, this is the dilemma, essentially, and this is happening in a lot of other investigations. The Commission can either go at the bottom of a case, release a prohibition decision, and potentially fine a company with a very heavy fine, up to 10% of a turnover, or it can agree on some remedies that would dispel the concern of the Commission, and in exchange, of course, the Commission would drop the investigation.
And what are the numbers telling you? Are commitment decisions more frequent than prohibition decisions?
Well, we have seen recently a major shift in the numbers. Before 2004, when this procedure was officially formally introduced, most of cases were ending up in prohibitions. But after that, actually, we have seen that the Commission is relying more and more on commitment decisions. Already with Commissioner Cruz, for example, commitment decisions are 50% more than prohibitions. Now, with Commissioner Almunia, actually, this proportion ramps up to 3-to-1. So for each prohibition, there are 3 commitment decisions. And then if you look actually of the last decade, and if you take, for example, abuse of dominance cases, actually we see that 75% of decisions are actually commitment decisions. So it's a very overwhelming proportion, I would say.
So you've identified a general preference for commitment decisions lately. Is that a bad thing?
I wouldn't say is a bad thing. Commitment decisions have a huge advantage because they are much faster and somehow bring back the market to business as usual in a much quicker way. However, commitment decisions, I would say, treat the symptoms. They don't really cure the illness. That's because commitment decisions do not formally identify an infringement, and normally they are not challenged in front of a judge in court, and this entails a double disadvantage. First disadvantage is that they don't establish a legal precedent. So that means that they don't give much guidance to the market, to the other companies that need to understand how the Commission judge behavior of companies. And the second disadvantage is that since the Commission knows that it will be not exposed to judicial review, it has less incentive to build a robust case. Okay, we don't know whether they are robust or not, but in principle they have less incentive to disclose information, detailed information on their theories of harm. Just to give you an example, prohibition decisions are on average 160 pages long. So there is a great detail of the objections of the Commission. On average, instead, commitment decisions are 21 pages long. So there is very little detail of the theory of harm of the Commission.
So you're suggesting increased transparency?
I think the Commission should be obliged to release publicly all the objections that it's putting forward to the company. And this would, certainly increase the level of clarity vis-à-vis the rest of the market, and everybody would understand where the Commission comes from and would be able to judge whether the Commission has a strong case or not.